jana vallabha Giridharadhari. Jai Gopi jana vallabha Giridharadhari. Yashoda Nandana Bhajananda Randana. Yashoda Nandana Bhajananda Randana. Yashoda Nandana Bhajananda Randana. Yamuna Tera Manatari. Yamuna Tera Manatari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunjabihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunjabihari. Jaya Radha Madhava So, Hare Krishna.
Hare
Krishna. In our Iskcon society, we're a very, very broad, very rich society. So, and so in many of our temple situations, we have this really fun situation of amazing variety of audiences. And especially in every temple, but particularly in Soho Street, in Soho Street, in the middle of London, right? You would have, nearly every Sunday, you would have like 10 brand new people who have never heard of Krishna. And then you would have the Brahmachari ashram, who are the brahmacharis, right? And then you have the congregation, who are coming for many years. And then you have some very senior devotees. How do you speak to this audience? How do you possibly, how do you speak to us like the whole audience? And different devotees have different approaches on this. And most devotees will like ask, who's here for the first time? And then they get maybe the hands go up. And most devotees think, well, let me speak to them. But I actually tend to speak to the bigger audience. Because if the majority of the room are engaged, then the new people, even though they might get a little lost, and I will apologize to them, that they might, but they'll feel the wave, they'll feel the mood. And people don't really remember what they heard. They remember what they experienced, what they feel. So in this temple room today, I have this wonderful majority of audience of youth, and then we have this Holiness Bhakti Maharaj there. So I can't get more range of speakers in the room. And again, I've got adults and like that too. But I picked a topic that I think hopefully has a little bit of something for everybody. Okay? And the topic is Krishna. And exclusively, we're going to talk about Krishna. Okay? And believe it or not, there is lots to talk about Krishna. And it's some people say we don't talk about Krishna enough in our movement. We don't just spend time talking just about Krishna. And so, and I want to focus on one particular thing about Krishna. But before I get to that, okay, I'm going to ask about Krishna. So, when I say, when you think about Krishna, what do you first think about? I want to hear something about this. When you first think about, when I say Krishna, what do you think about? Yes, sir.
God.
God.
Honor.
Honor. Very good.
Supreme personality.
Supreme personality of Godhead. You heard it fast. You get another one in a minute. So yes. Okay. They said yes.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Okay. Very nice.
Religious.
The riches. Yes. Okay.
And the spiritual world.
Spiritual world. Very good. His home.
The strongest.
The strongest. Yes. He's definitely the biggest, strongest. Any here, ladies? What do you think of Krishna? Love. Okay. Very nice. Of course, I could ask you to elaborate what you mean by love, but we'll come to that. Yes.
Happiness.
Happiness. Yes. Does Krishna make you happy? Yes. Very good. Somebody else? Yes. Friend. Actually, okay. Ching. That's my jackpot answer. They're all right answers. But I want to talk about Krishna as in Sanskrit, the word is Surit. Somebody who is the dearest to our heart. Okay? And so before we come to Krishna, well, we come to Krishna, let's just talk about friends. Okay? Before we come to the point that Krishna is this is a new word I learned now, is your bestie. Right? In my time, it was who's your best friend, but like everything nowadays is shortened.
Yes, like as soon as possible. It's
ASAP. Yeah. See, so we're making everything shorter and shorter and shorter. We know our attention span is reducing. So our bestie. So what do you see? Again, now let's talk just about our own life, our own friends, ourselves. What would you expect to see, hope to see, like to see in the person you would call your friend? Or maybe let's say your best friend. What would you hope to see? Yes, sir.
that that he would be nice to me, and also sometimes a little bit naughty to me.
Oh, okay. Nice to you. And sometimes a little bit naughty. Okay. So is Krishna nice to you? How is Krishna nice to you?
He gives me everything I want.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, he has given me everything I have.
Everything you have. Perfect. And is he sometimes a little naughty to you?
Yes.
I won't ask how. Yes, so very good. So Krishna gives us everything we need. Yes, and our friend gives us. Any other, what do you expect to see in a friend or what like to hope a friend? I think you all do have friends, right? I hope so. I hope you're making friends this weekend. More. So what else like to see in a friend? Yes.
And this, I would say that a friend is who you really know.
Who you really know. Okay. And what's the other? Yeah, someone who you really know and
Who knows me.
yes. Yes, somebody who intimately knows me. This is a real, and especially, and speaking of the person here, in our movement, somebody goes for the renounced ashram. Somebody says and doesn't get married. It's a real interesting thing that because everyone I understand that in marriage you become very intimate with somebody. You share your whole life with them. But if you don't get married, you must have someone who you share your whole life with. Somebody who intimately knows you. And even if you don't always call upon that, I use the example of my little toe hurts. It's like, oh, my little toe is hurting so much. I need to know that if I tell that to one person, they're like, oh, really? Oh, what happened to it? Is there something I can do? I have to know that somebody is there and knows me for that. And he knows me very intimately. So that's the dearest friend. Yes, very good. Anything else? Anything else? Yes.
Kind and humble.
Kind and humble. You want your friend to be humble? How would you like your friend to be humble?
Like if I want to, even if he doesn't
Okay. Now, okay, so you raise a very good point. Somebody who will give something to me even if
he doesn't want
he doesn't want to. Okay. So this is definitely a friend is someone. There's an expression. What is it? What's this about? A friend. A friend. There's an expression for a friend is always there for you. What is it? Yeah, I guess that's the one. Friend in need is a friend indeed. That's a little variation. There's another one actually. Anyway, a friend for all seasons. A friend is someone is the person that when everyone else has abandoned you, they're still there for you. They're still there for you. They haven't left. Everyone else has, especially if you've done something a little naughty or a little wrong. It's often the case, sad but true, that when we're not in our best of times, places, we might find our circle of friends a little smaller than we thought. People are not so much by our side, but yet if there's at least one or two people who are like, no, I'm standing by you, even when it's going to cost me something. That's the friend. That's the friend. And of course, what is the most precious thing a friend can give you?
friendship.
Okay, friendship. Look on somebody a little more specific, yes.
Love.
Love. How do you give your love? What's practical? Your whole life, okay. That's a big expectation. Anything else? Time, yes. And time and trust. Again, knowing somebody. Because somebody to know me, as this Bruce said, somebody has to know me. I have to trust. I have to give my trust. And this person, I can, the expression in English, warts and all, right? And usually in marriage, this is the thing that the two partners get to see each other in all sorts of ways and times. And there's no scenario that a partner can see them, even when they look the best and when they look their worst. And still, they accept. And so friend has to be like that. They see us when we're at our low point, and then we reveal and we develop trust. But the point of time, someone who's willing to give us their time, especially when it's not convenient, especially when it's not so easy to give our time. And this is, of course, we all know nowadays. I'm not sure anyway. The biggest social media platform is
Yes. YouTube.
Instagram. Yeah, it's interesting.
Insta.
No.
Facebook.
Yeah. Even though it's come like old school now. If I tell anybody like, can you do something on Facebook? They go, Facebook? Oh, come on, get with the times. We're now, especially in Gauradesh, the youth code, Shaman, it's Instagram and what's the other one? Not so much.
YouTube.
Oh, Twitter. Yeah, Twitter, of course. Yeah, or
No,
X. And on Facebook, it's famously like, oh wow, I've got so many friends. I've got 1,642 friends. I feel so right. And everybody knows these are really deep friends, right? These are really ones who see me at my worst. Actually, normally the Facebook friends have seen us at our what? What's the whole point of these social media platforms? We look at our look at me, I'm in the perfect this, I'm in the perfect holiday, and the perfect friend, the perfect this.
They should show off.
Yes, very good. We always like to put on what we think is not just our best. It's not just best, it's artificial actually. It's not really me at all. And a friend is someone who's going to get to know me, the real me, not just the public me, the real me. So we know that's all very, very, very superficial. It's not real. And takes work. Friendship takes work. And I was thinking recently, this is a kind of a personal point to share, that in all the relationships between parents and parents and their children, and between husbands and wives, When the relationship develops, it always comes down to what? If a partnership is really good, or a parent with the child is really good, it also eventually will come down to friendship. Right? Two partners, ultimately, whatever about the early stages of the relationship, if it develops and it sustains, because they're friends, they're really good friends with each other. They know each other. And same with parents and children. At the beginning, it's do what I tell you, do what I tell you, be quiet, right? It's like, but later on, after about what, 15 years, 15, 16, if the relationship is to go on for the next 20, 30 years, the parents and children have to become friends. And that's usually tough for parents, right? Isn't it? For parents to change that, like, do what I say, they're going, get lost. And parents have to then first, okay, now I have to learn to become friends with this person. I have to give them their space. Okay. So, and therefore friendship takes work. Okay, it really does take work. It's not a, you could also say it's the most unphysical, to put it in very simple terms. A lot of the relationships are based upon a physical connection, but friendships aren't physical. It's something very much of the heart, very much of the heart, and therefore it takes work. Okay, has anybody else, any other thought? What do you expect to see in a friend? What would you like to have in a friend? We covered quite a few, but anything else? Hmm? Honesty. Okay. You go to a friend and say, "Are you okay?" Go, "Yeah, I'm fine." You go, "Are you sure?" "No, it's me." You say, "No, it's friend." You go, "No, it's me. Come on." And that's why a good friend would push. "No, be honest. Come on. I know you. I can tell there's something wrong. Be honest. Open up." Okay, so the person goes, "Okay, yes, this happened, and this is embarrassing, or it's painful, and I'm feeling hurt." Yeah, so very important. And if there's not honesty, the friendship can't grow. Okay, yes, something else? Go on. That he's not selfish. Very good, yes. And how would he not be selfish? What would they do? Okay, he wants to do it, and not the others do it. And there's another word. You're very nice. You almost came very close to. So, friend is very, very kind, because a friend always. What's a friend? What is a friend always willing to do also? Huh? Share. Yes, a friend's always to share. Very much so. Share everything with your friend. So, coming to Krishna, does Krishna like to share?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. What examples? Okay. What example do you have of Krishna wanting to share?
When he was like a child, he used to go with his like friend and used to rob some makhan with them together. For example, one he robbed he throws one rock and broke the thing from okay,
Yeah,
and then it started falling. He did it, so it means that it's his, right?
yeah.
But but still he shared it with his story, like with his friends.
Very good. Not just his friends. Who else did he share it with? He shared it with
With his brother.
And who else? Huh? The monkeys.
Monkey?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he likes Krishna shares with not just his friends, and when the friends and him are all fat and full, oh, okay, let's give it the monkeys. And the monkeys ate, and they were fat and full. And then after a while, they all had enough butter, and no one wanted the butter. And then Krishna goes, useless butter. No one wants this butter. This is not really good butter. So yes, so Krishna, that's a very good example. What? You had your hand up here? Oh, she's gone. Share. Anything else? Examples of Krishna's sharing? And that's Krishna, how he shares? Yes?
He shared like
Yeah, he shares lots with his friends. I'm looking for another one. One more from you. Yes.
Share love.
Shared love. Okay, very nice. And when we go back to the spiritual world, we go back to Vaikuntha. What do we hear about then when we go to Vaikuntha? We go to Vaikuntha and we get. I've got my two best answers here. Yes.
We get the only thing you can hear over there is the name of the Lord.
Okay. Yes, true. Is something else? You coming back there? Yes. Happiness. Krishna gets when Krishna wants to share, he gets very specific. So what does he share with us? We go to Vaikuntha. Yes. No. Okay. No Pacific. And here the ladies' side. What does Krishna share? Well, we hear that he shares his planet, and he shares everything. So much so he even shares. Guess what? How he looks. In Vaikuntha, he even shares how he looks. Would you like to dress up a certain way and put on everything, and then somebody else walk in looking exact same, dressed exact same way as you? You're gonna go, hey, what are you doing? You can't look like that. I'm looking like this. We don't like somebody looking, even as devotees, we often do look similar. But no one look. We don't. No, it's like this is how I look. Back off. This is my look.
Yes, for example, a hide and seek. You're hiding somewhere. Someone comes and says, "Hey, I'm going to hide with you," and you're like, "No, you're not going to hide."
Okay. But in the spiritual world, yes. So Krishna even shares his own very form, his arms, his dress, his opulence. Imagine that now. How this is where you can test your friends. Will your friend, I don't know if you got credit cards yet, would you give your credit card to your friend and your number? Give it all over to them. They go, oh, you're my friend, but I'm not quite sure I'm going to hand over my credit card. I actually had one friend that did that. He gave me his credit card and his passcode for about 10 years. I had complete access to his to everything that he owed, all the money he had. And why did I have that? Why did he give it to me? Maybe spoil that here. He has trust. And why did he have trust? Because I never ever took something first without asking, and I never took something that was like that upset him. So he trusted me. So Krishna that Krishna gives all his opulence, and even how he looks. She's so into share. He shares that. But then even we hear above Vaikuntha, what is Krishna also willing to share? Qualities, okay. Yes.
His home.
His home. Very good. And his home is called? Easy one? Yes. So even if Krishna shared in Vaikuntha, he shared how he looks, his opulence, which is already amazing. If he trusts you even more, he'll share with you his intimate home. And in this home, what is Krishna like? Especially, you said the first thing he said, Krishna is God. Is that completely true? I'm going to be a little, so you have to think now carefully now. I'm asking you, is Krishna really God? Okay, what did you have? He's also a friend.
Krishna is not a god, but he is the avatar of God.
Okay.
So you can call him a demigod.
Here we go. Yes.
Krishna is a god because he has all the things.
Okay, all the things. And is that why you want to be with Krishna? Because he has everything? You get to share everything with him?
No.
Ooh, imagine if some, I don't know, super rich person came here and said, as soon as you see them, oh look, I become their friend. I get to share. Is that why you want to be friends with Krishna? You can be.
That's greediness.
That's well, and believe it. Guess what?
It means that you're greedy.
And guess what? Does Krishna get upset when you do that?
No.
No, he doesn't. Krishna goes, okay, no problem. Come on, you can share all my goodies with me. But in Goloka Vrindavan, he takes it even further. And there's one nice expression that we're not interested in Krishna because he's God. We're interested in God because he's Krishna. We're interested in God because he's Krishna. Krishna is the most friendliest, sweetest, intimate person, and he happens to be the source of everything as well. He just so happens to be the creator, but we're not so much interested in that. We're interested in Krishna because he's
Friendly.
Friendly, yes, and friendly and nice. And then the other side comes after. So especially for us, it's very nice to remember we're not interested in God because he's Krishna. We're interested in Krishna because we're not interested in Krishna because he's God. We're interested in God is something we're interested in because it happens to be Krishna. Okay. So Krishna really shares everything. That's a really nice point. And should no limit. This is how Krishna shares. And we hear example of one way Krishna shares when who killed the most on the battlefield of Kurukshetra? Who killed the most? Arjuna, yes. Did Krishna kill more than Arjuna? No. And why was that? Why did Krishna arrange that?
Because he said that he wants to.
Okay, that's one good reason. But then there's a more, think about it, there's a more sweeter reason. What's the sweeter reason? 1 second.
Because he wanted that.
You wanted?
Arjuna to kill him.
Okay. But on the point we're discussing now, think a second. On the topic we've been discussing, because Krishna is willing to. Okay, that's fine.
Krishna wanted that Arjuna will win, like he shares the win.
Okay, and when you win something, what do you get? Reputation, and even your money. As much as it's hard to share your money with someone, your reputation. Oh, now we're getting very, very, very. So Krishna is so happy to share that when it comes to doing good and killing demons, Krishna wants to share most with his devotees. He lets them get the credit. Now, who's doing all the work, of course? Krishna doing all the work. He does all the work, but he gives all the credit to his devotees. Could you do that? I mean, especially again, somebody in the Rasta ashram. You just do things. You don't care what you get. You don't care if you don't do it for money or for anything. But am I attached to thinking people to know that I did it? Yeah. There's a taste. But Krishna doesn't have that. He's so generous. He shares the reputation with his devotees and not himself. Okay, this is how Krishna shares. Another example. There's one type of avatar of Krishna. One category. I'm going to look for a Sanskrit term now. One category of Krishna. A category of avatar. Where Krishna shares amazingly. Yeah. Why so? What? Yeah, his power. This category avatar where Krishna gives living entity powers way beyond what they should have. They're not a jiva can't possess it, but Krishna goes, no problem, you take it because you're going to do my job. So that's an example of Krishna sharing Shakti avatar. Shakti avatar. Now, one we've sort of mentioned, but I want to go back to is a friend is someone who's with us when everyone else has maybe abandoned us, right? And this we might have a number of friends, but when something goes wrong, that one who comes forward and goes, "Listen, I'm sticking with you." It's in the hard times you find out that okay, this person, now I see you are really my dearest friend. How is Krishna doing that? Yes. How is Krishna demonstrating this?
He always stays with them, with his devotees or his friends.
How? What way?
He never leaves them. Whenever they need help, he always will help them.
Okay.
And will never turn his back on them.
And never turns back. Very good. Very, very good. Anybody else? How example of Krishna doing this? Okay, it's maybe you're definitely my. I'm paying later. But any other examples? He has no ego.
Ego.
Or no ego. No ego. Okay, certainly, because when you're going to help someone, you gotta put someone else's position more important than mine. So that's nice, yeah. But there's a specific word I'm looking for when Krishna demonstrates that he will never abandon us. We call him what? Again, a simple Sanskrit word you all know. Example of Krishna never abandoning us. He's called Bhaktavatsa. Okay, that's a general term. Krishna is very, very, very dear to the devotees. The devotees are very dear to Krishna. But there's another word, a very simple word. Krishna who never abandons. It's a Sanskrit word, but you all know. I think you also know it. Okay, I'll give a clue. Then it's a very easy clue.
It's always in our hearts.
Okay, what's he called? Paramatma. Yeah. Paramatma. Yeah, sure. We knew that. So this is Krishna who says, okay, you're going to do what? You're going to go to this world, the tier world. And guess when Krishna kind of goes, no, that's a really bad idea. No, Krishna, I really want to go to a place where I'll never be happy. Really, that's a really bad idea. I want to go to a place where there's birth, death, old age, disease. Krishna goes, that's a really bad idea. No, Krishna, I want to go to be a place where I can pretend to be you. Krishna tells, that's a really bad idea. So we've all these ideas we come here. I want to be Krishna. I want to be a place that's inherently never going to make me happy. But hey, let me try anyway. That's a really bad idea, right?
Yeah.
And yet we're all here because we're guilty of it. Everyone's guilty. So after Krishna tells us this is a really bad idea, it's a really bad idea, what does he do?
He tries to stop us from doing it.
He tries to stop us, and then and this is Krishna's Prabhupada says, because we have little independence, we still do it. What does Krishna do?
Punishes us.
No.
He says okay.
And he comes with us.
Oh.
Krishna comes with us. And not just comes with us now, Krishna comes with us no matter where we've been, no matter what sort of body. Can anybody here remember their slug body? Sorry, maybe I should talk about it. We've all been in 8 million, how many bodies? 8.4 million bodies. And we've been through them all. And a lot of them are pretty we don't like remembering. We've been through every body possible, every type of body. And guess what? Krishna stuck with us. Krishna stuck. And would that have been nice for Krishna?
No.
In all these bodies? No. But did he ever leave us? No.
But why can't we go back?
Why can't we? Can we not go back?
We can, but we need to do a few certain tasks.
Yes, very good. And it's such a good question. Why? I keep asking myself that. That's why you not go back.
Even though Krishna said that you can come back, still we cannot go back.
Well, not that we can't go back. What's our problem? The real problem is. Yes.
We cannot connect.
Huh?
We cannot connect.
No, that's not true. Actually, okay. Now that he's led me, I want to answer that question. Why are we not there yet?
Because we are not doing it.
And why are we not doing the things that we must do? Why not? Anybody else? Why are we not doing the things? Come on, serious adults. What? Okay, more specific. Lusty desires. Said with such a smile. I always joke with the devotees that there's 3 types of bad desires: lust, anger, and greed. We've lust, anger, and greed. And of those three bad desires, lust, anger, and greed, which one's the devotee's favorite? Which one's the devotee's favorite? Lust, anger, or greed? Which one is the devotee's favorite? Anger. Why? Why anger? Because when we get angry, say somebody walked in this room now and they were angry, would you notice it? Do they want you to notice it?
No.
Yeah, I can imagine if you get upset. When we get angry, the key element of the anger is, do you see me? Do you see the red in my face? And my fists are like this, and my steam out of my ears, and my words are like, ooh. So when we're angry, but when we're lusty, it's like,
So, what's a lustig?
what?
What a lustig?
Lusty. Well, that's a separate discussion. But it was just so nice here. It's like, lusty desires.
He wanted to say something else, but he
No,
said
but that's a good answer. But you said it in such a nice way. I hope I can say it with such a sweet answer. Okay, anyway. So that we're getting close, but we still haven't hit on the exact point. Why? It's not. Why are we not there yet? Is it Krishna's fault that we're not there yet?
It's our fault.
Are you sure? Are you really sure? Do people often ask the question? Okay, one second. Do people ask the question, why is this happening to me? Do you find yourself asking the question? Why is this happening to me? Is that a devotee question? What's the answer?
We wanted it.
We wanted it, yeah. We wanted it. But just answer the question, why is it happening? It's happening. Why? Why does anything happen? Because we deserve it. And we deserve it because we wanted it. We desired it. And of course, ultimately, we know basically why until it happened because Krishna arranged it. But is it Krishna's fault? No. This is the thing people have a hard time, devotees understanding. The cause and the responsibility. The cause is always Krishna. Nothing happened, but the responsibility is mine. I like this. There's so many ways you can define a devotee in scripture. A devotee is pure, like this, perfect. A very simple way to define a devotee is the devotee is the one who's always going to put their hand up and says, listen, I'm responsible. I'm responsible. And I always say too, the difference between a child and an adult is not because your body's grown up like that. It's the ability to say, listen, I'm responsible. Okay, this is what makes us, and this is what makes us a devotee. Am I full of wonderful qualities? Am I like perfect and pure and free from all these desires? But am I willing to say, listen, I'm suffering and it's my responsibility. A non-devotee, someone who does not accept Krishna, is determined, I'm suffering and it's
Not my fault.
yeah, it's not my fault. It's whose fault? It's my parents, it's the government, it's my temple, it's my school, it's my temple president, the devotees. And of course, ultimately, it's God's fault. So, and somebody who's not devotee, they'll talk about God, but they'll blame him for everything and not go, it's my fault. Okay. So the point, we'll still come back to the why are we not there yet? Because we haven't quite said it in the right way I'm looking for. We're not there yet. It's not God's fault. We said it's our fault because getting close. I wanted this very specific, like the most honest way we can say this. We are not there yet. Why? Because
we didn't do the task.
okay, but why didn't we do the tasks?
Because it's too tough.
No.
It's because we just don't know. What the
Okay.
task?
Okay, we do know, and it's not so tough. A little tough, but not so tough. Is chanting Hare Krishna tough?
No.
Is taking Prashadam tough?
No.
Is being with devotees tough?
No.
No, it's easy peasy. Easy.
Yes.
Even yesterday in the car, we were having a discussion with the driver. Why is it some devotees ask, why is it easier to be attracted to Maya than attracted to Krishna? And I said, it's not easier. It's way harder because we're attracted to Maya is artificial, and attracted to Krishna is natural. It's just we've all got a really bad
sense.
There's a word that uses here word. If you're dependent upon drugs, you're an addict. And when you're an addict, you know it's bad for you, but you can't stop it. So every one of us is an addict to Maya. It is not easy to be attracted to Maya. It's easy to be attracted to Krishna. Because Krishna is the sweetest and the softest and the nicest and the most everything. Okay, so the reason, the why, this proves why are we not there yet, is because we have to admit we don't want to be.
Yes, I don't know.
You don't want to be. Very good. We don't want to be. And this is something that's not easy to admit. Krishna is great, right? Krishna is fun. And one of my little things about Krishna is fun and not fanatical. We believe in a God, and this is something we have to be careful to present. We believe in a God whose first priority is fun. Is fun. This is Krishna's first priority for himself and for us. Okay? And does that sound like a nice God we want to be with?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because sometimes people present God in not such a fun way. Okay? It's all about you have to do this, you must do this, you should do this.
Yeah.
There's a nice way to, the Bhagavad Gita? The Bhagavad Gita is not a book of instructions.
It's a book of how to get moksha.
How to get moksha. As long as you mean by moksha means complete moksha. Moksha. How to get moksha. How to get. But I know what he's trying to say. He's trying to say moksha as in real moksha, being back with Krishna.
Yes.
Nothing less. No, we don't want the other thing. No, so the Bhagavad Gita is a book of. Okay, and is he telling you have to accept that? What's Krishna doing? He's. Oh, you had your hand up. 1 second. Okay, listen. Up to us, yeah. So it's a book of options and consequences. If you do this, this will happen, and it's up to you. It's up to you. And why does Krishna do this? Yes.
Because he wants to let us free.
He wants to
let us free.
Let us free.
He doesn't want to force us to do that.
Oh, very good. Have you seen my notes before? Have you read? It's very good. Krishna doesn't want to force, because you can't force if you want. Love, yeah. You can't force if you want love. Krishna, and yet, there's an interesting point here too. Who's the most powerful? Krishna. But yet, does he use that power to push you?
No.
No.
He used that power to defeat demons.
Okay.
Or to make demons back to humans.
Even better, to make them
Humans.
even better.
Give them moksha.
Even better.
Moksha.
What? No, even better.
What?
But where do they go then? What's he makes them?
Liberation.
What?
Liberation.
No. He makes them devotees. Yes, he makes them devotees.
Yeah, but when Krishna and when Rama goes to the top.
Okay. So Krishna wants to make everyone devotees. Everybody, no matter even your demons or demigods. Oh yeah. So Krishna is the most powerful, right?
Yeah.
But he doesn't use that power to push. Krishna never pushes. He doesn't push. He wants us to come forward, because that's how love works. And yet he's the most powerful. He has all this power, but he never ever uses it. Yes?
I thought not. What's the power? Oh, yeah, more power.
No, he's very powerful, but he's very powerful because
Krishna is the Lord of the Lord.
yes. So Lord Shiva is very, 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 very powerful. but he still gets his power from Krishna. From Krishna. And Lord, therefore, actually, we have this said, Lord Shiva is the best devotee of Krishna. And he gets all his power from Krishna. Okay? But on this point, Krishna is so kind that he doesn't push. He wants us to come forward on our own. Okay? So this, you can imagine this. Imagine you get some power. What do you automatically want to do? You want to like, hey, you do this, and you do that, and you do this for me. Krishna doesn't do that. He doesn't push. Okay, and then coming back to the friend. So we made the point that Krishna, a friend, is someone who stays with you no matter what, right? Whatever body we've been in, Krishna stayed with us. That's a real friend. And when we come to the material world, it said we want to be the enjoyers, right? We want to say, I'm the center, I'm the enjoyer. And to do that, what do we end up doing? We end up suffering. But to convince myself I'm the enjoyer, I have to deny that Krishna is the enjoyer. If I'm on a mission to I'm the best, I'm the center. And if Krishna is really the center, I have to go out of my way to make a point that he's not. And that's what we see in the modern world a lot. The world, does more people in the world believe in God? Not really, sadly. And if they do believe in God, what sort of God do they believe in? It's not. So we actually deny God's existence. And does Krishna go, okay, that's enough. I'm going now. I'm leaving you. Does he do that?
No.
Does he do that? No. Imagine if you tell that to a friend. You know what? I don't think you exist anymore. I don't like you. You don't exist. You're not nice. Imagine saying all these things to a friend, and the friend goes, no problem. I'm staying with you. Would that be easy? No. We know that if a friend says, or if you heard somebody say this about you, why did you say that about me? Why did you say that about me? You get angry, right? That wasn't very nice. We do that about Krishna all the time, and maybe not in this life, but other lives. We've tried to pretend Krishna didn't exist, and yet he didn't leave us. He didn't leave us. This is Krishna. This is why he's the best. The best. He's the best friend. Also, what does a friend always do? Another thing a friend does.
Be friendly.
Be friendly. Be with you. We've done that. Something else?
He helps.
He helps. And what is okay? Very nice. And what is one really good way somebody helps you?
Support you.
Support you. Very good. And a little further. And they support you by. What is something we all the time always need people to do? Okay, now listening. One second. Listening. Is this something a friend does? And have you been a friend? How much can you listen to someone? If you listen to someone and you go, oh, yes, I'm listening. Especially nowadays, of course, with our little ever-present mobile devices. I'm listening, beep, beep. Oh, sorry, 1 second. Since the beep, beep, that conversation here becomes less the conversation, right? And if I'm sharing something intimate, do I get inspired? No. But Krishna listens and listens and listens and listens. And this is actually not an easy thing to do. When you listen to somebody, after a while, you kind of, okay, I'm getting bored now. Can you please stop? Like me in this class, like, okay, I better stop soon before everybody's bored. Listen to me. You only listen so much to somebody. But Krishna, he listens eternally to us. And whatever it is, we're speaking to him, he's listening. And it's a really simple, it's a really actually simple, but to listen nicely to somebody is not easy, is it? There's one devotee, anybody you know the devotee Bhuta Bhavana group? Bhuta Bhavana? You know Bhuta Bhavana? You know? Okay. Arash, you know Bhuta Bhavana group? From UK? Okay. He's a colored devotee, and he has this really big job in the bank, Ernst & Young. Really big job. and he's a really, really good speaker. Really good speaker. He's very animated, very analytical. But he actually I tell it, but his best ability is he's a brilliant listener. When he listens, he's like, and if you talk and someone's like, oh, what is it you're saying? Do you feel, oh, that's nice. They're actually like what I say. They're actually listening. How do you feel?
Great.
Great.
Happy.
Happy. There's another word I'm looking for also. Okay.
Words. Your words and
Okay, word. Yeah, and what's another word for that? Yes, ma'am. Loved. More. Value. Yes. And if you take every single problem you have, it will boil down to, I'm not feeling valued. Now, if somebody tells you, yeah, no, you're great, you're valuable, you kind of go, yeah, I'm not, it might, but if somebody sits there and listens like with such interest, wow, you're saying, do they actually have to say anything at all in the end? No. They just listen with such earnestness, such sincerity, such that you at the end feel, oh, actually, I feel valued now. And then your problem disappears. A good person helps with your problem, doesn't have to tell you what to do with your problem. Just by listening, the problem goes away. So Krishna is doing this eternally. Krishna's inner heart, listening. And so everything that happens, Krishna is going, okay, you want this? Okay. And Krishna's always listening in the heart, listening. What we have to do is talk to Krishna more. But that's another whole topic too. Okay, I should, let me think, was anything else? I was sorting my list. Krishna shares everything with us. Yes, man, your question? Oh, sorry, okay, that's your hand up. So Krishna shares everything with us, even like his beauty, his planet. He shares his knowledge with us. And then if you're really intimate, he shares his family with us. And I don't think I finished that point. In Vrindavan, Krishna shares the situation where even he is not God. He puts aside all godhood, puts aside all that. We're not interested in how great Krishna is. We're interested in how sweet Krishna is. Now, of course, that has to be understood carefully. Okay, we have to, as devotees, as practicing devotees, I like to make this point a lot. We first, and Prabhupada says in purport in the Bhagavatam, we first must understand how great Krishna is before we understand how sweet he is. Okay, so we have to do that work. But of course, in the final context, Krishna is that intimate that he's no longer pretending to be God. He gets, like last night we saw the stick of what? Who had the stick on her hand last night, the picture? What was she doing? Yeah, and how did Krishna look when she was doing that? He was frightened. Krishna was frightened and he was crying. Oh, come on. This is God crying and frightened? That can't be God. No, it is. It's God in his most intimate. He reveals his deepest desire to be the servant of his devotees. That's very, 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 very intimate, very special. And Krishna only does that with his best friends. We walk towards that. So Krishna shares everything with us. He shares the glory of killing demons. He shares his powers. He always stays with us. He always encourages us. Krishna is always encouraging us in so many ways. Through his book, through the scriptures, through the spiritual master, and of course through what's the most common way we get encouraged? By the association of devotees. Yes, that's why you always have to create association with devotees. And I'll finish on this one. If somebody, we said earlier about we become close when we share our secrets with someone when we trust. Okay, what happens when the trust is broken? If you shared something very private, very, 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 very to you with someone, and next thing you on your Facebook and say, that what you shared, suddenly it's like, on Facebook with like 5,000 likes, or maybe dislikes, I'm not sure. And the person, like, would you be happy with that person?
No.
No. Would you trust them again?
No.
No. But should you trust them again?
No. Yes.
But what do you have to do? Yes.
Forget the mistake.
Well, not quite. You're very close. Not forget. You have to forgive the mistake. And it's an interesting point. Forgiving and forgetting are two different things, right? Especially as devotees, you have to forgive someone. If you don't forgive someone, then you become it hurts you. It's famously said, if you don't forgive someone, you're hurting yourself more than the person. But you don't forget. Okay, don't forget. So does Krishna forgive?
Yes.
Any examples of Krishna forgiving? Examples of Krishna forgiving? Yes. Yes, you.
He forgave some people who really hurt him.
Okay, and so any examples of it? Yes, you. Uh-huh.
He killed him, but Krishna like they're same, but even they gave him liberation.
Okay, and why did Lord Nrsimhadev give Rani Kaspi liberation? What was the reason he told Prahlad Maharaj? Why did he give him liberation? What was the reason Lord Nrsimhadev gave Rani Kaspi liberation? Yeah, because he said, well, he's associated with you. You know, you're my leader. So I don't care what the like, I give liberation. So that's an example of how kind Krishna is. But I want an example of Krishna's forgiving. Yes, ma'am. Okay. And what and what? How did he forgive there? Okay. Okay. Very nice. And so, what lesson did you take from that? But a personal lesson. Who's praying? Huh? The wise. It's again, and so it's a really, really nice point in that lesson. Is that if we're not able to pray for ourselves, we need someone to pray for us. And if it's not our wife or our husband, we have to. This is what a point. We have to make friends, people who pray for us on our behalf. And does Krishna listen? 100%, and he forgives. So I would say every service that we do, whatever service we do, that's really good. But the goal of all service is not what you produce by the service. It's the goal of the service is not what you produce by the service. Close. The relationships you grow through the service. That's the goal of our services. The relationships, the friendships you grow through doing service with someone. The goal is Krishna's hand. What comes out, if it works or doesn't work, that's Krishna's hand. Of course, we work hard to get something, but the relationships. So at the end, when we're coming to that final point of life, we're leaving our body, friends, we're going to pray for us. Okay, so Krishna then forgives Kaliya because of the prayers. Yes? Jadagamari. And again, why did he forgive? Why did Lord Chaitanya forgive there? Yeah. So is that similar to the previous example? Someone else petitioning on our behalf. It's so important because in that case, it's the spiritual master directly petitioning. Yes? One second, boy at the back. Okay. There's more. And how did he forgive then?
Krishna, like Indra attacked like Vrindavan because they were not celebrating.
Yes.
And so, and then Indra understood that Krishna is Vishnu.
Okay.
So he asked for forgiveness.
Okay. And did Krishna forgive him? Okay. And so that's a very good example. So Krishna forgiving Indra, yes? Okay. And what did Brahma do? Okay, but what was his what did Krishna have to forgive him for? Yeah, stole all Krishna's friends. And Krishna forgave him. Ajamil? How did he forgive them? Yeah, and what did Ajamil do at the end of his life? Nada. And what did Krishna do? Yes, my devotee just once chanted my name, even though he spent a whole life of nonsense. He was a Brahmin that went off to become a complete nonsense. Once chanted his name, once. Krishna goes, okay. Yes. Kamsa, did he forgive Kamsa? How did he forgive Kamsa? Okay, but of course he killed Kamsa. There's one of the very nice example in Krishna's childhood pastimes. Who did Krishna forgive? Kamsa, you mentioned him, yes? I think I heard it there. Who did Krishna forgive? Putana, yes. Putana, because what did Putana come to do? Kill Krishna. With what? With smearing poison on her breast. The most one intimate thing between a mother and child. She came pretending to do this most loving thing with poison on her breast. Was that a nasty thing to do?
No.
Yeah, yes. Did Krishna forgive her?
Yes.
And not only did he not forgive her, what did he do? Yes, yes. She goes the whole way back to Goloka Vrindavan and becomes one of Krishna's nurses. So even though she did something so bad, but Krishna says, look, no, sorry. Her intention was to kill Krishna. She really, I want to kill him. I'm going to dress him. But what did she do? She gave Krishna her breast milk, and Krishna goes, look, she did something nice. Okay, her intention was really bad, but I won't worry about that. And so devotee sometimes says it's about a motivation. But look, Krishna is so kind and forgiving. He look at the good you did and just go, okay. I won't look at that. And then in the example of Mother Yashoda, what was she doing with her stick? She was hitting Krishna. Is that a good thing to do? Was Krishna happy by that? He was running. And actually, it said when Krishna was there, he was crying like anything. This had never happened before. But what was Mother Yashoda's intention? To teach him. Out of love, yes. So this is the opposite. What they were doing, the act looked bad, but their intention was pure. Of course, Krishna just saw Mother Yashoda's pure intention. But on the pastime of Indra, what did Indra try to do? And kill. And what was his motivation? Yes, worshipping Krishna. So Indra's intention was bad, his action was bad, and what did Krishna do? Forgive him. He still forgave him. But there's one interesting example above this. In the case of Durvasa Muni and Ambrish Maharaj. Right, so Durvasa Muni tried to kill Ambrish Maharaj. Why? Because of some little regulation. And did Krishna forgive him? Did Krishna forgive Durvasa Muni?
No.
No? Are you sure? Did Krishna forgive Durvasa Muni?
Yes. Who? Yes.
No, okay. Definitely not.
No, like Krishna didn't forgive him because Durvasa Muni did it to Ambrish Maharaj.
Yes.
So that's why Krishna told him that he has to ask for forgiveness.
Very good. Yes, very, very good. So Krishna didn't personally forgive Durvasa Muni. He said, I can't. You've offended my devotee. You tried to kill my devotee. I can't forgive you for that. But what does Krishna do? What does Krishna do to Durvasa Muni? He
said to him that if you can ask my devotee.
Very good. He gives him good advice.
You can ask my devotee to forgive you.
You go to my devotee, you go
Yes,
to.
if he forgives you, I will. It means I also forgive you.
Very good. Very, very good. So even so, Krishna is so forgiving that even the action is good, he forgives you. The intention is bad. Sorry, the action is bad, he forgives you. Intention, and even if he can't forgive you, he tells you what to do. Krishna tells you what to give. Now it's up to you, of course, to follow. But he tells you what to do. Krishna is the most forgiving. I always say I came from a Catholic Christian background, and they always have this very sad part of their philosophy that everybody should forgive, except who doesn't forgive. Yeah. No, that doesn't make sense. So, but when we hear about Krishna, Krishna is the most forgiving. Krishna forgives and forgives and forgives and forgives. But of course, we have to ask for it. Right? And this is like the best friend. So Krishna, a friend is someone who they let you down or you let them down, and they forgive you for it. Why? Because you're the friend. You're the friend. Okay, so Krishna is the best friend. So in summary, Krishna is the best friend because he always shares with us. He always forgives us. He always encourages us. And always sticks by our side. Krishna never, ever, the really good friend, will never abandon you. Krishna is Sukrit. He's the best of the besties is Krishna. So we should all, as much as possible, talk to, pray to, and look towards Krishna as our best friend. Lord Krishna Ki, Jai, Srila Prabhupada Ki, Jai, Gopinandi. Okay, 9 o'clock, it's 5 minutes. Samadena Bhaktivinoda Ki, Jai, Jai. Krishna It's such a smile.